Okay, welcome back to the Adventure Within channel. My name is Andrew Fritz. I'm a clairvoyant, healer, and meditation teacher. And in this video, I'd like to briefly talk about male grief and creativity, and then do a guided meditation that's related to that. So, male grief, how this tends to come about, at least the type that I'm talking about, is when a man begins to separate from his mother's energy. And so again, we have this energy field around the physical body, and it can contain a lot of different energies. There could be your energies, and there could be a lot of other people's energies, and we might be conscious of it, and a lot of it we might be very unconscious of. And very common energies to find in your space is, yeah, it's going to, yeah, definitely be family energy, and especially your father and your mother. And when you start to clear out your mother's energy, um, you start to, as a man, you'll start to notice this kind of sadness, these kind of the blues, if you will. And you'll start to move into kind of an emotional state of grief, a sense of loss. And that, what does a mother want for their, for their children, or especially like a boy growing up, is they want to, nurture them and protect them and keep them safe from the big bad world. And, over time, some men naturally will start to move their mother's energy out of their space. And then some people struggle with that, and they might feel a sense of getting stuck. And have found, what I've learned and experienced for myself, that yeah, you might go, oh well, why would I want to separate from my mother's energy if I'm just going to go into this sadness and this grief and blues? That doesn't sound all that great. And initially, it does not feel great. But what comes of that is creativity. Usually, I mean, you can definitely look to music and art. A lot of art tends to stem from a lot of pain and suffering, and grief and loss, and anger, a lot of lower emotional energies. And these artists and musicians are kind of working through that by kind of creating and expressing themselves, and that can be healing for them. Um, but you can go much deeper when you learn to meditate and kind of get on your spiritual path, and kind of really can take a look at this in a very more clear and direct and detailed way. And so, yeah, you're going to access more of your creativity. So that's the benefit. And it gets easy over time. And it's a process. It might not be that in one sitting, that you're just going to dump out all of your mother's energy out of your energy field, out of your body. That would be pretty harsh. And that could go for anything. It doesn't have to be specific to your mother's energy. It could be your father's energy. It could be whatever. That could be really harsh. That would just almost kind of be a shock, probably. Um, so it usually happens in stages that, usually whatever you're ready and willing to let go, then you let that go, and then you start to bring in more of your energy. And that's what I want to do with this guided meditation. I'd like to lead a guided meditation where we're going to get grounded, vibrate in the energy of forgiveness, to have that extra permission to let go, and then start to kind of say hello to any of your mother's energy. And we'll kind of take a look at it in the energy field around the body, in the body, and some certain areas within the body, and just start to let go. And you don't have to go into effort. It's not, whatever you're willing to release, whether it's a little bit or it might be a good amount. And then just kind of noticing, yeah, this is going to induce a growth period. It's going to induce some change and a shift. And that's, if you're wanting to grow towards, in this case, your creative essence, your creative power, this would be one way of doing that, a step forward. And we'll do that at the end of the meditation, where you start to reclaim your creative power from past and future, and really bring it back to the here and now. Um, so yeah, with that said, when you're ready, if you want to do this, go ahead and maybe find a quiet space. And you could be seated in a comfortable chair, and just have your feet flat on the floor and your legs uncrossed. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And just start to notice, where is your attention? Again, your attention can be anywhere. It's usually where you are in spirit. And just have a sense of neutrality with wherever you find your attention to be, whether it's far from your body or close to it or in some part of your body. There's no good or bad or right or wrong. It's just wherever you notice it is where you notice it. And you don't have to make any adjustments. Don't correct anything. Just be there. Wherever you find your attention to be, just be there. And just from that point, say hello to your physical body. You can be kind of anywhere, but your body's always in present time. So from that area, that point, say hello to your physical body. Give it a hello, acknowledge it, perhaps a compliment. You're not your physical body, but you have this relationship to it. And you can be in sync with your body or you could be out of sync. And with that said, would you bring more of your attention, more of your energy to the physical body, specifically behind your eyes, all the way back to the center of your head? Perhaps the space in and also around your pineal gland. And just the way, you'd get really comfortable in your favorite chair at home, would you do the same right in the center of your head? When things seem or feel really chaotic in life, bringing your attention to the center of your head can be very helpful. It's kind of like being in the eye of the hurricane. And then big deep breath in. Exhale. And just notice the difference from where your attention was before and your attention now being in the center of your head. And from here, you can say hello to base of your spine, close to it's that first chakra, that safety survival center. The chakra is just an energy center. It sends and receives information and energy. But this is your root chakra, all to do with your basic needs of life and vitality, providing for yourself and others. Just notice if you feel or hear, see, or know your first chakra. However you notice it is fine. But being really open-minded and playful and creative, would you imagine a tree root or a vine that attaches and starts at your first chakra, close to the base of your spine? And would you visualize that tree root or vine growing and descending beneath your body and rooting into the earth below? And just start to notice what happens as you do this. And let's take it a step further. Let's let that tree root or vine continue growing and descending in the earth. Let it go all the way down to the center of the earth, the core of our planet. And what you're establishing or creating here is a grounding cord. It's your connection or relationship with the planet. And it can help you create an extra sense of safety. It gives you more permission to be present, and it's a way to release unwanted energy. And that's what we're going to focus on in this particular guided meditation. Just start to finish up getting grounded all the way to the center of the earth. And if it's taking you a little longer, you can always pause the video, and once you have it set, you can unpause it and continue. But once you have that, go ahead and start to bring your attention back to the center of your head if you left, and take a big deep breath in. Exhale. And just be here for a moment. Just notice your body is grounded, you're centered. I always find this usually calms things down a little bit. Getting grounded and centering yourself. Anytime you're dealing with something really challenging in life, this is a great meditation so far to do for yourself. That way you're not really kind of becoming the reaction that's taking place. And you can kind of reset yourself and decide how you want to respond to whatever is happening. Okay. Would you say hello to the top of your head? There's another energy center there. It's a crown chakra or seventh chakra. This is your spiritual center, your higher intuition or clear knowing, your connection and relationship with your higher self and great spirit. Notice your crown chakra. Do you get a sense of feeling anything there at the top of your head, or do you hear it vibrating? Do you see a color? Do you just know it to be there? They all work. But again, being open-minded and playful and creative, would you imagine the top of your head, your crown chakra, turning bright gold? Would you imagine your crown chakra turning bright gold? And if that might come very easy to you, it might maybe a challenge a little bit. You can kind of get creative. You can almost imagine a gold bar in the top of your head and kind of let it melt a little bit. Whatever works for you. Just kind of have fun with it, be playful. And what you're doing is this is kind of where you set the tone. This is you vibrating in the energy of forgiveness. And this is the quickest way to release karma and unwanted energy and resistance. Just notice your top of your head, your crown glowing gold. And just be in the center of your head, in and around your pineal gland, and just take a big deep breath in. Exhale. And just allow yourself to be for a moment, noticing that your body is grounded, you're centered, and you're vibrating in forgiveness. Does any part of this seem new to you or familiar in any way? Combination of both. And now that you're vibrating in forgiveness, we can start the releasing process. And the first thing to become aware of is the energy field around your body. Your personal space, your aura, it's your reality, what's real for you. You have space above your head, beneath your feet and floor, in front of your body, behind your body, and to either side of your body. Again, this is your space. Certain parts of your space might seem spacious, and other parts of it might seem a little claustrophobic. And however you notice it is okay. And just would you open your awareness up to any of your mother's energy that is in your aura, the energy field around your body, and let that begin to just kind of stimulate, to light up. And you might kind of sense it on different levels. Maybe you just see a color. It might be a simple knowing of, oh, yeah, my mom's energy is in this part of my space. And the key here is trusting your intuition. Whatever you notice, just trust it immediately. Sometimes we start to go into a sense of doubt afterwards. Just let that go. Let the doubt go. Any of the invalidation or uncertainty or I don't know what I'm doing, any of that energy, just simple hello and then goodbye. And just refocus on, oh, becoming aware of your mother's energy in your aura. And wherever you sense it, just trust that. And you are awareness, and your awareness is incredibly powerful. I want you to almost operate as like a director, the way a director would direct a film, or a director would direct anything, really. But would you direct your mother's energy wherever you notice it around your body and decide to send it down your grounding? Your grounding cord is that tree root or vine that goes from your first chakra down to the center of the earth. And almost allow your grounding to have like a very strong kind of suction quality, like a vacuum quality to it, where it begins to pull out your mother's energy from around you, and it will just get just pulled into the grounding, into the tree root or vine, and start to drain down into the earth to be kind of neutralized and released. And this is you letting go. And you don't have to go into effort. Whatever you're ready to release, again, if it's a little bit or a lot, it's fine, whatever it is. There will be always more opportunities in the future. Notice where your attention is. Be right in the center of your head and big, deep breath in. Exhale. Say hello to your physical body, and would you do a body scan, perhaps from the top of your head down into your jaw and throat and shoulders, perhaps down your biceps and forearms, hands, fingers, chest, back, down to your waistline, into your thighs and knees, lower legs, feet, toes. Get a sense, is there any tension? Is there any area of your body where you're holding on to your mother's energy? And it could be anywhere. And again, you might feel it or hear it or see it or know it, but just validate however you notice it. And it might be in one part of your body or multiple parts. That's okay. It's just energy. It's just energy, and you have the ability to release it. And with your awareness, as you start to notice your mom's energy or any resistance to it in the body, give it a hello. You don't have to fight it or solve it or figure it out. It's just acknowledging it, saying hello, and then saying goodbye. Would you let that resistance or your mom's energy or a combination of both start to drain down your grounding? Just let the grounding cord, the vine or tree root, act like a vacuum and just pulling your mom's energy and resistance out of your body. It will get drained, funneled right down into the earth, and just notice yourself letting go. And not to worry, you're going to work on reclaiming more of your soul essence and especially your creative power at the end. And sometimes the releasing process, you might notice a certain emotion as you let that go. Take a big deep breath in, exhale. Doing great. And would you become aware of your physical heart, that vital organ and a connection point for kind of a feeling part of you as a soul, very sensitive, powerful part of you? Say hello to your physical heart and that aspect of you that resides there. And would you become aware of, oh, is there any of your mother's energy that's in or surrounding your heart? And would you give yourself permission now to let it drain out? And it can go right down your grounding, the tree root, and just notice yourself letting go. Again, whether it's a little bit or a lot. Sometimes we also hold, uh, you know, pain or disappointment or guilt, common energies to be found here. Do you drain those out if you're noticing that? And take a big deep breath in. Exhale. Perfect. And lastly, would you say hello to your center of head space, the space in and around your pineal gland? In and around your pineal gland. And do you notice, is there any unconscious energy or any of your mother's energy in or surrounding that center of head space in the brain? And just decide to let it go. Again, let your grounding cord work for you. It can just get drained down right into your vine or tree root in the grounding cord and drained into the earth. You notice yourself getting a little spacey or unconscious. Breathe. It's not a failure to hit unconscious energy in meditation. In a way, you actually want to do that so you can begin to become aware of what is underneath that unconscious energy, whatever that might be. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Just be in the center of your head. Notice you're grounded, vibrating in forgiveness, and you just released some of your mother's energy and maybe some other energies along with that out of your aura, out of the body, certain areas of the body. Just notice the aftermath of letting that go. What does that feel like? What's the experience? And don't try to go against whatever you're noticing. Just kind of Just notice and just let the experience be as it is. Now you've released energy that's not yours. Now it's time to bring more of your energy back. So, what I'd like you to do, a couple feet above your head, I'd like you to imagine a big gold sun, symbol of your unique energy as a soul. And would you ask this sun, would you allow it to start to kind of reclaim your creative power from the past and the future? There's nothing you have to do. Just say hello, kind of that gold sun, a couple feet above your head, symbol of your unique energy as a soul, and just allow that sun to start to reclaim your creative power from past and future. And that energy from past and future will start to just get pulled into the gold sun. And you might notice that, you might not, and that's okay. And if any unwanted energy came along for the ride, just let the sun, just the way it would normally, it can just kind of burn out any of the unwanted energy that came along for the ride if that potentially happened, so that you're really just left with your essence and especially your creative power. And the way that sun would naturally shine, would you shine your light on your body, and as if your body was a sponge, would you soak up your energy and creative power? Shine it into your head, your throat, shoulders, arms, chest, back, down to your waistline, into your thighs and your knees and lower legs and feet. And just notice your energy returning. Again, your body's going to run best on your own energy to begin to become familiar with what your energy is like. And you can even shine your light around your body into your aura, where you released not too long ago. Again, you have space above you and to either side of you, in front of your body, behind your body, and even beneath your feet in the floor. And would you just really replenish with your soul essence and creative power? And just notice your attention. Would you be right in the center of your head, the space in and around your pineal gland? And just take a moment to be, to admire the energy work you just did. Grounded, vibrating in forgiveness, you released your mother's energy from different areas and some other unwanted energy as well, probably. And you just replenish with your soul essence and creative power. Would you notice any shifts, any changes from the start of this meditation to now? Whether subtle or kind of big, somewhere in between, would you validate that for yourself? And just kind of know that you might be in a little bit of a growth period. Letting your mother's energy go and embracing more of your energy, especially your creative power. What is it that you would like to create? Whether it's something simple and small or something bigger, but maybe it's something to start to meditate on. What is it that you would like to begin to create or expand on? When you're ready, take a big deep breath in. Exhale. When you feel ready, open your eyes, come all the way out and stretch. Give yourself a pat on the back. And that's a big deal actually. This meditation, if you've went from start to finish, that's pretty awesome. So definitely give yourself credit for going through that. Um, but yeah, it would be worth for sure kind of meditating on, oh, what would you like to create now that you have a little more of your, a little more space and a little more of your creative power freed up for yourself. But if this is something that you like, this type of energy work, this is something that I discuss on this YouTube channel, but also we have an online school of intuitive arts called Adventure Within, and the link's in the description below. But we do meditation classes that are for everyone, but also we have some that are just tailored towards men, men's meditation series that involves, turning on and running your masculine energy and learning other psychic meditation tools. There's year-long clairvoyant trainings where you get to really turn on your clairvoyance and look at a lot of different clairvoyant topics and reading yourself and reading other people, such as your classmates. And it goes deeper where we have, like a 6 month men's meditation program that once you graduate from a year-long clairvoyant training, there's this 6 month program where it focuses on, masculine energy type related clairvoyant topics, such as how do you ground as a man and really going deeper with your masculine energy. And really kind of exploring this notion of how men go to the edge to really create a sense of space so they can have more clarity and certainty and a sense of seniority in their lives. So, if you're interested, check that out in the description below, the link. Hope this was helpful, and see you in the next video. Take care.